Good evening and welcome to On Track Tuesday. I started 30 seconds early, James, just for you. All right. Well, this is my inaugural On Track Tuesday. And I was told I could make it about whatever I wanted to make it about. And I'll tell you the one thing we won't talk about, and that is Canada as a 51st state. So we will not do that. And sure enough, as soon as we start, my picture freezes. Oh, there it comes back. All right. I may have to hardwire a camera instead of using my cell phone there. So anyway, in the spirit of talking about anything or everything trains, our favorite know-it-all. That is Cliff Clavin. All right. And, we've got a pretty good start to who's here. And before we go any further, I told one of the On Track Tuesday members that I needed some training wheels. So our favorite Cajun is going to join us. Hey, Robert.
Yeah.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
I still can't get over John Fogerty thinking Texarkana is only a mile away from Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. I don't know where he got that.
He needs a globe. For the record, it's what, 28, 29 miles, something like that?
Yeah, at least something like that.
I think I map quested it once, or Google mapped it. So anyway, let's go ahead and before we get too far along, let's go ahead and see who all we have. Dwight Curley was the first to join us just afternoon today. You want to know what? All right.
Oh, and, was he the first?
Yeah, he was the first, so he gets a cookie.
All right.
He was on shortly. It wasn't long after I
don't know. I see John was commented first.
Yeah, Dwight's actually commented before John.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, you just don't get to see it.
Oh.
All right, and but John was second. John number 2, Schuylkill River Valley. He was second, and followed by James, Dundas Junction Model Railroad.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, and I threw that 51st state thing in there just for James, and it's comical at best. All right. But here nor there, we can keep going. I don't want to go political. Steve, 3Dub Wigwag Workshop is here with us. Well, and good to see you again, Steve. You've been so wrapped up in your cigar and bourbon. Did you get hopefully you got my message about MB Rollin' Bourbon and how you can now get it in Ohio. You just have to have somebody home that's 21, and they will deliver. And for those who don't know, my daughter's the marketing manager for MB Rollin' Distillery. Joe Rader has joined us, and he was 3 minutes short of getting his song played. Mike at Deep Run Railroad is with us this evening. And I said Joe, and Hot Dog Pilot Andy is here.
Hey,
Man,
Andy.
right there, isn't it, Andy? You're up late. Yeah. 8 o'clock rolls around here, and I'm in bed. It's funny how getting old. How that.
We'll teach you. We'll teach you to be a night owl, Steve. But
Yeah, yeah, you bet. Who wasn't it? You and Jason that were running ops thing real
like at midnight.
And I woke up, I signed on. There you guys are.
Yeah.
Hot dog. I think I said Hot Dog Pilot. Yeah, I did. So Hot Dog Pilot. Rail Artist Mike. Hey, Mike. Glad you can make it.
Hey, Mike.
Floyd Robbins is with us as well.
Floyd.
And anybody else? I think.
Oh, let's see. Let's see.
I'm scrolling. Oh, David Scott Rails is with us.
Hey, Dave.
All right.
Did I say hi to Joe Rader? I don't know.
I did, because I made mention that he was 3 minutes short of getting his song played.
That's right. I remember you saying that now.
Yeah. And Ken Amos Jr., BNO 51, is here with us tonight as well.
Hey, Ken.
So, all right. So that's our lineup as of now. And as my indoctrination, so to speak, Robert and I were talking pre-show. And what my plan is, run trains occasionally, have guests. I will talk about things I have on the workbench. Oh, Rusty at Possum Bayou.
Hey, Rusty.
Just kind of make it, open for discussion as well. Anyone wants to talk, you can join in, can shoot me a email, and we'll get them scheduled as a guest. So, all right. Robert's been on me to come down and visit him. It's about a 5-ish hour drive. This part of the country is spitting distance. Well, it is. You got to go 3 hours at least to get anywhere. 3 hours plus.
Yeah, especially in Okie land.
Yeah, but I tell you what, I've lived 8 different states in my adult life, and I've traveled to 46 states. And when I had the opportunity to pick and choose, when I originally retired, my wife wanted to go to Florida. So off to Florida we went. Spent 7 or 8 years there. And I hated it. Just hated it. The only thing good about Florida is the weather. All right. And everything else is terrible. Especially the cost of living down there is escalating drastically. So I told my wife that, you get these phone calls daily about, you want to sell your house cash as is? And I told my wife a number, and so if anybody ever hits that number, we're selling. We're getting the hell out of here. She said, well, okay, that number, yeah, we can do that. Well, and that's a good one, Joe. Anyway, so I had a call one night from a reputable company, shot me above my number, and my wife was out of the house at the time, and when she got home, I said, start packing. She goes, why? I said, I sold the house.
Oh man.
I hadn't. All right. I told her, I backed up a little bit and said, well, they're going to do a virtual showing tomorrow night, and then they'll have an inspector come by before the end of the week. We had a firm offer in 5 days, had accepted, and had 30 days to get the hell out. Joe says the only thing between me and the North Pole is barbed wire fence. Just about. More than one, but yeah. And Dave, of course, says if I went to jail, it'd be the Okie Pokey.
Oh man, I don't think we allow bad jokes on Track Tuesday.
I don't know. I tell some bad ones. Does anybody here know what a Sooner actually is? I've told the story before, but I don't know if it's sunk into everybody. Keep in mind, I'm not from Oklahoma. I was raised in suburban Chicago. I was actually born in college in Iowa, coincidentally, between the two. So I was not born an Okie. So if nobody knows the answer, Sooner is opposite of later. And that's truer than what you may think, Steve. That's truer than what you may think. Oh, shoot. Alexa's trying to ask me questions now. All right, here we have a winner. Back in 1889, the first land rush in Oklahoma occurred, and the cavalry had marched surveyed off into sections of land in a given area of Oklahoma, not the whole state, because a good portion of the state is Indian reservations, even still to this day. And anyway, they surveyed off the state, and they had white stakes, or stakes with a white thing on them. And they held everybody in Guthrie on a starting line, and at whatever time the next day in the morning came along, and they shot the cannon off, and there went everybody on the land rush. Well, despite the cavalry patrolling, there were people that snuck out the night before. And of course, they got to the better sections of land, sections of land that had water, as an example. And so they got the better sections of land, and as such rose to prominence over other people. And thus they were labeled as Sooners. And being an Iowa State University graduate, back in the days of the Big Eight, when University of Oklahoma was still a part of the Big Eight conference, we just used to call them cheaters. From the cheater state. So anyway, that's what a Sooner is. They're actually cheaters. And that said, I love Oklahoma. It's the best blend of the Southwest and Midwest. So Lynn has joined us. It's cost him a pretty penny too. He just had to replace. He got a new laptop and new router and all kinds of new stuff because, quite frankly, he could barely be online last Friday during Friday Live. So welcome, Lynn, to the party. And yes, I was talking about Oklahoma Sooners.
Did I get a raise with my new job? What new job?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, I didn't know you had a new job. Do you have a new job?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he just thinks me babysitting you is a new job.
That could be. That could be. Anyway, the some of the things I have that I'm working on, 2 projects. Actually, I've got a whole bunch of projects, but
Hey, there's Dave.
projects.
River and Eastern.
Hey, Dave, or as we affectionately refer to you as Crooked Dave. Not because you're crooked, just because your channel is crooked.
But because he is crooked, that's
Crooked this way. Not,
he sees my job title I put in the chat or in the
third assistant to the temporary vice chairman.
which means
Okay.
absolutely nothing.
Yeah, I didn't see that. Anyway, a couple projects that I've been working on or started, they're in both midway, have to do with I'm making, actually, CNEI John had 3D printed me some phone booths, and I've got them. I started painting them, but I've got to cut some of them open to put. Well, I got to put glass in all of them, and I talked on Friday about using acetate, which is transparency sheets for the glass in those, and I got to put the phones in them, and but I got to cut one side out so I can put folding, bifold door in them. And so I'm working on those, and that's slow going. It's finally. Yeah, I know I'm frozen.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Oh well, it'll come back.
There it is.
See, and I don't know why it does that. When I'm not online, it works fine. But it's wireless, so here nor there. So anyway, I got to put glass, and there's a little foam that goes in them, and I got to paint the red around the top. And a couple of them I'm going to put nano LEDs on that have the door closed with a person inside. So I'm working on those slowly but surely. But the weather has finally turned nice here. It was low to mid 70s today. And yeah, or Superman, Joe. Superman would look good coming out of one. So we'll have to look at that, and or guy in a suit ripping chest open. And so I'm working on that. And then you see there's a couple box cars there that I have stripped the paint off. And they're cheap box Union Pacific cars. Yeah, got them $5 a piece over at the local hobby shop, Whistle Stop Hobbies, here in Oklahoma City. And so I stripped the paint off, and it's weird. 2 identical box cars, and I used 91% isopropyl in a container in a Sonic, jewelry cleaner, and they came off good. One of them, the red, I could not get all the red from Union Pacific off, and the other, I couldn't get all of the yellow off. The yellow turned pinkish. You can see it on that bottom boxcar there.
I can't see. I can only see the top of the boxcar.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about the bottom boxcar, the top of the bottom boxcar.
Okay.
All right, you can still see. It looks like white, but it's actually a real faint pink.
Okay.
So, which is neither here nor there. Once I prime them, it's not an issue. Okay, but those are going to be Riverside transfer boxcars. All right, and does everybody know what Riverside transfer is? From Heath, Humanity Junction boxcars. he sent me the decals already. So I've got everything I need to finish them. I just got to work on them. Like I said, until yesterday or today, the weather's been such, it has not been conducive to painting. Because I really need it over 55 degrees before I paint out here, in the garage, as you can see from the car behind me. But those are two of the projects I got going right now. Once I get the phone booths done, or a few of the phone booths done, I can finish out Fairview Avenue stations, which are those there. I'll drop this. Take that one down. Go back to here. Once I get those phone booths down, I can finish these stations out before I start moving down the rest of the 2.0. So. Carolina Dave. Carolina Dave.
Carolina Foothills.
Oh, Carolina Foothills popped in. I missed you. Sorry about that. All right. So that's what I got working. So, Robert, what progress? I got to ask this. What progress have you made on your cotton field?
Oh, none. I guess I'm going to have to work on those, aren't I?
Or put up with me asking you about it.
Yeah, forever. No, I haven't. I haven't been able to do much lately. But the only few things I have done is I'm decaling some boxcars.
Okay.
I'm just putting some ACI labels and COTS labels on certain boxcars and stripping numbers like this one. You can see I stripped the number off. I've got to put a new number on it.
Yeah,
because I've got several of the same boxcars, so I have to, every time I get one, I have to put a new number on it.
Does anybody have an idea how much it costs to get a printer that actually prints white? I mean, I've looked at stores. I haven't looked online, but it would basically have to be a laser jet, wouldn't it? I don't think.
Yeah, I would. Well, I would almost think so. Yeah. I have not.
Not too many people actually print white unless it's commercial.
You can always get Microscale to do them. I think you have to do a run of like 1,000 though.
There's other people that do them. But yeah, that's the last thing I need is 1,000 decal sets.
Yeah.
And I don't want to print out individual numbers. You know what I mean? Because trying to get those to look right, lined up perfectly, is an exercise in futility.
Well, that's what I usually have to do.
Well, and it's an exercise in futility.
It's a nightmare, but I mean, I have to do it if I want any other numbers, So.
Yeah, Anthony at Georgia Sunbelt has joined us. Good evening, Anthony. So, yeah. I've been running some operations, just piddling with the layout now that everything's running so good. And I did have an episode with some derailments the other day, but being outside, this layout gets down to single digits. All right, in the summertime, it's going to get up to triple digits. So there's a lot of expansion, contraction, but I've got it sectionalized such that you really only go, 12, 3 feet, 4 feet per section of track. And So I don't get a lot of expansion contraction. I just get a little bit. And there's one spot over here that when it does, it's where the main line makes a curve. But it's fairly easy to fix. But just something that I have to keep in mind. There's Randall. Randall, welcome.
Hey, Randall.
Monsville Railways. Good morning to you, I guess.
Monsville.
Must be Australia. Got to be Australia.
Or on that side of the world, anyway.
Yeah, somewhere over there. Could be New Zealand, right?
That's true.
I'm sure he's going to tell us here in a second, hopefully. And
oh yeah, you don't have anything air conditioned out in your garage, do you?
no, I do not. when I get the shed, and I've already started saving a little bit here and there for it, but I haven't. Trying to get everything. It's old Australia. AU. Okay. Cool.
No, he said it's Queensland, Australia. That's
Queensland. QLD. Okay. Like old to me. With a little bit of lint or something on my screen. Because there's other spots. Tells you how
that's right.
my monitor is, right? And that's cool. There is the one place that I haven't been outside of the U.S. that I really want to go to is in Australia. It's down in the southeast side, kind of like due south or southwest of Melbourne. Okay, and it's a place called Childers Cove. Right, and I had it back in the early 80s, fresh out of college, in my office. I got a calendar from some vendor, and I was, every month you go through it and open it up, and I flipped it open to the next month, and here was this picture of this beautiful cove, all right, called Childers Cove in Australia. And I've always wanted to go there ever since. So someday, that's my bucket list trip.
We'll let you go.
Yeah.
Hey, so tell me, you've told me before, which way do you pronounce your name?
I pronounce it Childers.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
I take no offense to Childers because I have relatives that say Childers.
Yeah.
It all depends on what part of the country and what branch of the family they're from. So, the Childers date back to colonial.
Personally, I wouldn't care if you got offended anyway. So.
Yeah, I know. It might keep me on my toes more, right?
That's right.
So so anyway, you still have to pick the date. All right, I told you the dates I can't make it down there.
April's pretty clear, right?
April's clear.
Okay. Okay.
To my knowledge, I have nothing scheduled. My wife has nothing scheduled for me for the month of April.
Well, let me talk to Jason then.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, we can meet up Friday. Stop by after you get off work Friday evening, and then have an operation session on Saturday, and head home on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and I assume there's a decent motel somewhere nearby.
Oh, there's one or two.
Yeah.
But you have to bring your own.
Tyler, right? Is it Tyler?
Where?
Where do you live?
Longview.
Longview. Okay. Now I got it.
Yeah, we've got a couple hotels here.
Yeah. So there's the Childers branch and the Childers branch, yes. And if you go back to the colonial records, all right, you'll see the family's Childers, and then all of a sudden somebody does a misspelling in the recordings on a birth record, and it becomes Childress.
Ah, yeah.
So there's that branch of the family too. So, and yes, there is a branch Childress, Texas too.
That's right, Anthony.
Yeah, Robert's out in the piney woods. So been through there many a time. Many a time.
Yeah, no, that would be fun. That would be great. The only thing is, you'll have to notify me about a month in advance so I have time to clean. It's going to take me that long to clean up my train room.
Well, that's what, we can have a track cleaning session Friday night.
Yeah, there you go.
So before we operate on
No, I mean just a general cleaning session.
Saturday.
I got junk all over the place.
Well, don't we all?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. Although my layout portion is clean, the workbench. I just did an episode about cleaning up my workbench, both workbenches. 2 weeks ago? I can stand to do it again already. Bernard has joined us.
Hey,
Hello, Bernard. Welcome. And we're just shooting the bull right now.
You know how it gets, Steve. If there's an open spot on the layout, something gets put there.
Exactly. All right, Heath. All right. I may be big, but I don't think I'm as big as that. Not. No offense, Uncle Wilmer. Or I'm definitely not as old. So.
Man.
My camera has frozen again.
Yeah, your camera's frozen again.
I would tell you welcome, Heath, but with comments like that, yeah, I know it freezes and unfreezes, Anthony. It is a wireless. It's my cell phone, my old cell phone, and it's just got a better picture, although it doesn't look like it. It does look kind of fuzzy too, and it looks great until I sign on to StreamYard. So anyway, and I've got plenty of signal as well out here. Everything's hardwired except for that cell phone. Is it Heath's birthday again? Is it Heath's birthday?
Heath's birthday? No, I think it's John's.
Oh, it's John's again?
Say it's your birthday. It's my birthday too, yeah. Say it's your birthday. We're gonna have a good
Day it is.
Yeah, John has 120 birthdays a year. With all of his birthdays, he's the oldest man. He's that guy over 200 still on Social Security, right?
That's right. Oh,
That's my story. I know the guy that's over 200. Just because he has 100 birthdays a year. You like that? I'm glad you approve of that, Heath. All right. Yeah.
Collecting for decades,
huh? There you go. Somebody said hi. Oh, there's Lynn. No, I don't. No, Lynn, I don't. This is a brand new. His computer's just barely a year old. My router's fine. I got fiber optics, it is nothing to do with my main computer or router. All right, it has to do with the
It
connection.
might be just the bandwidth of the network. You know.
I doubt it's that, because with fiber optics, I got basically unlimited bandwidth. And like I said, the computer's hardwired in, and I don't have the problem. I'm not sure if this thing Bluetooth or whether it's over the network. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure how how Manicam handles that.
Did you see Heath's comment? Look at that.
Gotta find it.
It's next to Ken's, the bottom one.
Oh. Yeah, we can paint clouds on my car, right?
I'm sure your wife will love that.
Ken, I don't think it's the video card either, since
Yeah,
I'm running 9 cameras and none of the other cameras lock up.
Well, is it your camera on your phone that you're?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not sure how that connection is, because through Manicam, because it's doing a direct connect somehow.
Yeah, I'll almost bet it's a Bluetooth connection.
And it probably is. No, it is not 35 degrees in Oklahoma tonight. It was actually in the mid 70s today. I'm back to my Hawaiian shirts that I was so infamously famous for down in Florida. So I don't have shorts on yet. It hadn't, it's still, low 50s in the mornings. Yeah. Which is colder than I want to go for shorts. All right. It's got to be above 60. So. So your router is sometime between 9/11 and 2020, and your router's older than that, Lynn. Okay. Yeah, my router is a year and 4 months. Okay. My computer is a year and 3 months. So I don't think it's either one of those. And quite honestly, if I didn't use the phone, if I had a wired, here, just as you won't see these cameras skip or do anything. That's why I say it's not the bandwidth. I've never had one of these cameras freeze. Oh, Joe hit 74 today. That's about the same as what was here.
Yeah, about the same here too.
Okay, so he wants to know why I'm streaming on a Tuesday night. You want to explain that to him, Robert?
So, we needed somebody for On Track Tuesday, and I was thinking Steve would be perfect for that, and I asked Steve, and he said yes. And so now Steve is going to be doing the second Tuesday of every month for On Track Tuesday.
And the difference here, Heath, is it starts at 6 p.m. Central Time. Yeah. So I can do the show, and finish by 7 and still have an hour
before he has to go to bed.
plus before I have to go to bed.
Amazing.
Although you must admit, I've been staying up and I've been watching a lot of the 8 o'clock streams, including Heath's, and I typically just ghost them and just watch. So.
Yeah, but we are glad to have Steve. We really are. So.
Well, we're gonna have fun once I get in my swing of things. And like I said, I'll be doing things on the layout. I'll have guests from time to time, especially if I'm working on a layout or doing operations, because you can't watch the there's Catzilla. You can't watch the chat and do operations very well.
Oh yeah,
So.
no, there's no way you can.
I don't think anybody says it was Wilmer's birthday. We said it was John's. So, Heath,
No,
Are
Wilmer's birthday's in December.
Okay. Well, hopefully Heath will bring us up to date on his Digitrax package so that we can see what's in the envelope. Unless he did it last week before after I signed off, I still haven't seen anything. Backflip for On Track Tuesday. The only thing that would flip would be my back, and I'd be on the garage floor, unable to get up.
Heath knows.
It delivered.
Heath knows I'm the only one that does acrobatics on live streams.
Yeah. I remember that night. It delivered. Oh my gosh! Did you open up the envelope? I want to know if you opened up the envelope. Do I need to go back and watch the last 5 minutes of your stream last week? Or is that for tonight? I mean, for tomorrow night. So, hey, JD.
John Dilly.
Grandpa Rails. So, did Jackson enjoy the train show in Grapevine? I was looking forward to meeting up with Tammy and Ray, but with the severe weather that was coming through last week, they canceled. Okay, he's opening up the letter tomorrow. All right. That is a good deal. I didn't miss it then. Cool beans. Yeah, I sent Ray a package. It was supposed to deliver Saturday, and it still has not delivered. So, but I was going to take it to him down at the train show in Dallas, Grapevine, and but like I say, they couldn't make it due to weather. Good deal. Grandpa Rose had a good time with Jackson, his grandson, at the train show. So cool. I am one of these days, and it may be next November. John Wayne Endowment Cancer Society has what they call the GRIT series of 5Ks, different parts of the western part of the United States, and one of them is in Fort Worth, in the down the old Stockyards district. And I'm thinking about riding. Amtrak has a train that goes from here, Oklahoma City, down to Fort Worth, and it stops at the Stockyards. So my wife and I are talking about taking that down and spending a couple days down in Fort Worth via the train. So, because I'm not sure, she really hasn't taken any long distance train rides. She took a scenic train, the Cumberland Toltec, when we were out in Colorado. And she took the train that runs from Fort Worth to Dallas via DFW Airport. But I think those are the only 2 trains she's ever been on. And the normal 3 to 3.5 hour drive from here to Fort Worth is about 5.5 hours, 5.5 to 6 on Amtrak. Go figure. Oh, John and I, CNEI John and I should have boxes to open Friday. Good, because I haven't bought anything to open this week. But that's here nor there. And you haven't got anything exciting there, Robert?
Oh, I did, but I didn't bring it out. Darn.
What is it?
It's a Woodland Scenics. It was a post office.
Oh.
Have you seen those?
I think so.
If you want to hang on 1 second, I can run real quick and get it.
Yeah, go get it. Go get it. And Heath wants to know if OKC is near anything. Well, you would have to define the word near. All right. Because, Dallas, Fort Worth, 3.5 hours away to us is near. All right. We are 85 miles to Tulsa. All right. And you can get there in about an hour and 10 minutes on the turnpike because it's 80 miles an hour speed limit. Let's see. Kansas City, probably 4.5, 5, maybe. So, but here's the thing, okay? Why does it need to be near anything? All right. I kind of like living out here like this.
So,
And Oklahoma City is actually one of the biggest cities in the United States.
here it is.
Ooh, yeah. Well, that's one of the old ones. I've seen a post office like that.
Yeah.
Down in, it's either in Alabama or Georgia, one or the other.
Well, I've seen post offices like this too, and since the town I'm modeling is an older, small town, I thought that would be appropriate for it.
Now, you grew up
Even as a
around
garden,
Alexandria. What was that?
it even has a garden hose on the side.
Oh, there you go. Cool. You grew up around Alexandria, right?
No, Shreveport.
Oh, Shreveport. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, have you ever had a Natchitoches meat? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Natchitoches meat pie?
It's pronounced
Natchitoches.
Natchitoches. Yes.
Natchitoches. Have you ever had a meat pie?
Well, of course.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, I'm probably the only other person besides you in this group that even knows what they are.
Yeah.
But my neighbor, when we lived in San Antonio, my neighbor across the street was from there. And he'd come back with a big cooler filled with them.
Yeah.
All right. And he gave a couple to Cheryl and I. Oh, my God. They were so good.
So
So
it's funny. I mean, I love my grandfather's actually from Natchitoches, was from Natchitoches.
Okay.
And so I'm very familiar with Natchitoches, and it's between Natchitoches is between Alexandria and Shreveport, so about right in the middle. My grandmother from Alexandria, my grandfather's from Natchitoches, and then, but I love those meat pies, and my wife learned how to make them, and she makes them every year for my birthday. So,
Oh, man. Now, if you get visitors, it'd be really nice if you had some.
I'll tell her. I will tell her that. I would agree with you, but I have a hard time convincing her. It's like that's only for once a year on your birthday, so it's special.
Yeah.
But maybe I can convince her.
Actually, as long as nobody sees him, it's okay. It's just like it's kind of like wearing a Western cut shirt in Florida. Oh. So, what a lot of people don't realize, back in the heyday of passenger service, the Texas, I think it was the Texas chief, used to come through Oklahoma City, from Houston up to Fort Worth to Oklahoma City, yeah, I think to Kansas City, and then it made its way to Chicago somehow. Maybe across to St. Louis. Took forever. But there used to be good rail service through Oklahoma City. The Santa Fe has a main line. It's BNSF now. And you can go over to Whistle Stop Hobbies, which is about a block away from the tracks. And I mean, they're just one after another. It's their big north-south link from the Midwest down to, lost Robert. From the Midwest down to the Gulf, Texas Gulf Coast. And there he is.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My internet just kind of decided to go.
It burped.
Yep.
So, anyway. Well, we are fast approaching our 1 hour mark. Yes, I am live. And, I can turn the train on again. And believe it or not, we most likely will not have a derailment. Now that's the motor on that center track. Of course, I can run it manual, normal DCC as well. But that's so I can have just train running as I'm working. Because I like to watch just the trains run. I like to operate, but I like to watch the trains run as well. So, Lynn is sending me a package where hopefully I can cannibalize a piece of what he's sending so that I can make one of my dummy SW units pick up power. The dummy trucks on SW dummy don't pick up power, and I don't think you can make them to pick up power. All right, so Randall saw SD40T H2 painted for WRIX, and I don't know who WRIX even is.
That's odd to see tunnel motors. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's shut that off.
So,
all right. Well, with that, folks,
it's Western Rail.
Western Rail. Is that a short line?
Yes.
What's the company that owns all the little short lines around?
Well, there's a bunch of companies.
Well, there's one big company that owns a bunch of short lines, but there's Todd Armstrong. Welcome. We're just getting ready to call it a night there, Todd. Sorry. And we were just jibber jabbering about jibber jabber.
There's
I'm frozen again.
Were you?
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, it unfreezes and then it freezes. It is what it is. I guess I'm going to have to get another camera. I just bought two new cameras. I guess I've got to buy a third. And
Watco's a big one.
No, it's not the one I'm thinking of
Is that the
either.
one you're thinking of?
No. Oh well, I'll think of it as soon as we finish up. I'll think of it. I
Yeah.
know. I know one thing I'm gonna have to. It's getting a little warm in here. I've got a fan right up here, but I have it off for the winter. All right, so I'm gonna have to turn it back on, I guess. Is it the orange and yellow units? I think so. What's the logo that Joe uses is used by a bunch of railroads with different initials.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I think that's it. But I'm not sure. Yeah, the old TMP station in Fort Worth. Is that what you're talking about? Anyway. Patriot Rails? Nah, I don't think that's it. Anyway, guys, we're going to call it an evening. We're 4 minutes short of 1 hour. Want to thank you all for coming on out for my inaugural On Track Tuesday.
Yay!
And we'll try to do more and more interesting stuff instead of Genesee and Wyoming. I think that's it. JD, you always know what I'm thinking. You know that? So thank you, John. I appreciate that. And again, Robert, thank you. Thank you to the rest of the guys on Track Tuesday for inviting me. And
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Try to live up to all y'alls. That's how you know when you're from the South. When you say
Oh, yeah.
all y'all. All right.
That's when you're referring to a lot of people. Y'all.
Yeah, a whole lot of people.
Yeah, y'all is like 2 or 3 people, but all y'all is a bunch of you.
That's a group. All right. That's a community. All right, guys. Y'all have a great evening. Bye.
See ya.